Fire is awaiting, burning on my people. There was fire in Angola, burning on my people. Riot in Mozambique, affecting all my people. Fighting in Namibia, crushing all my people. A shooting in Soweto, hey, a killing all my people. Rebel in Zimbabwe, victimizing all my people. I look at them upon it, my people are trying. I look at them shooting, my people are dying. I look at them rapping, my people are sighing. Tell me where you gonna go, when the bus go. Tell me where you gonna hide, when the bus go. I say where you gonna run, when the lock come down. I say what you gonna do, when you fall out the truth. The color of God, neither black nor white. We did nothing, nothing that we owe you. We need something, will you leave us alone? We have reason, freedom is our goal. 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 Africa is our home. Freedom is our goal. Freedom is our goal. Freedom is our goal. Freedom leave us alone. Freedom is our goal. Freedom is our home. Freedom is our goal. A fire is a winter, burning on my people. Fire in Angola, burning on my people. The riot in Mozambique, affecting all my people. Fighting in Namibia, crushing all my people. A shooting in Soweto.
All right, Mr. Welcome to this edition.
Victimizing all my people.
Well, I want us to talk about the situation, xenophobic attack and on Africans in South Africa. I want us to talk about it because it's worth for us to talk about it. Welcome, buddy. Welcome, Williams. I want us to talk about it because it's part of us. I want us to talk about it because you know why I'm really finding it difficult to interpret what is happening in South Africa. Yeah, of course, this is not the first time. 2 years ago, I mean, I sat here and we talked about it and we engaged South Africa and South Africans. But this shameful thing that is going on in South Africa, I think the rest of Africa got to find solution for it. And that is why I'm here this afternoon, this morning, this evening. I'm here this hour. And I want you to get involved. Call me on that number. If you don't want to call via the video, call me via the video and let's hear from you as well. What are your thoughts about what you're seeing happening in South Africa? Yes, majority. I mean, what we're seeing that people are highlighting the issue of Nigerians being the victims, but there are other nationalities as well that are involved. And so let's talk about it because those are your brothers, those are your sisters. What's about the little children that they're getting rid of? They're burning homes. They're breaking down, businesses that belongs to foreigners. Yet we are aware that they have targeted Nigerians especially. And there's a particular couple of videos today of some of my friends. Some of them are even Africans that live here in the United Kingdom. They're feeling so sad about what is happening in their country. Why would any nation, why would anybody behave like the way the South Africans are behaving today? Imagine us, Liberians, Imagine us telling Nigerians to leave Liberia. Imagine how ungrateful that would be. Imagine us telling Sierra Leoneans, telling Ghanaians to leave Liberia. How ungrateful that would be. The price that those guys paid. Some of them, one day they never left Nigeria. Only when they went to Liberia as ECOMOG soldiers, that's the time they left Nigeria. And they never went back home. Imagine that. Let me go on my dashboard. Let me go on my dashboard and welcome Amelia. Imagine that. And then I'm trying to give this this kind of a background, connecting it and linking it with South Africa. Yes, I wasn't around during the days of how they call the apartheid system, but history told me. My father told me. And I saw documentaries. And I know very, very well what South Africans went through that time. Every part of the world, even in Liberia, South Africans went to Liberia to seek asylum, running away from the apartheid system. I'm going to show you some of the videos, but let me go to Liberia quickly. Because Liberia is not a proper country. When somebody call you a video, you have to talk quick. And
I know, right?
Hello, madam. How are you? Amelia, how are you doing?
Yeah, I'm okay. Let's go for today.
Okay. Yeah, I know you calling off from Liberia, but are you following what is happening in South Africa as well?
Oh yeah, I've been following it since last week, and it's very pathetic. I feel so bad for the fact that our own African can treat another African that way. It's so discouraging. And looking at South Africa history, I don't think they should be treating other African that way because the entire continent feel for South Africa. When I look back at South African history, when I go on Google and read about them, how they suffer, I place myself in their shoes. So
Yeah, yeah,
looking at
yeah.
South Africans treating their own African brothers that way, it hurt me so bad today when I saw one other video and the guy was saying like, just shoot me. He was begging them to shoot him because
Begging
he
to
had,
kill. Yeah.
yes. I cried in my heart to the extent that I could not watch it anymore. And I just said, God, maybe we should just develop our own place and stay where we are. Because if we can treat ourselves like that, what if
Yeah, man.
people from other continents, we will not be able to stand together as Africans to fight against anything that comes to Africa. That's just a clear indication. And I condemn the issue. And I'm appealing to African leaders to come together immediately and rescue our brothers and sisters from South Africa. We need to do that. I'm going to share this video, and I'm asking other Liberians who are in sympathy with South Africa and with other nationals around Africa to share this video. Let this message go, and let's see how best our brothers and sisters can be rescued from that. It's so sorry. It's so sorrowful. I can't stand it.
Amelia, what's up with this? What's up with the issue? Because yes, I posted. I even went on the Twitter of and tag the AU as well. What's up with the issue of us telling our leaders to ask to recall their ambassadors back to Africa? They come back to your country, you know, especially for ECOWAS to take the lead and say, look, now you know we are cutting down diplomatic relationship with you now. Let your ambassador should go and our ambassador should come. What's up with that?
That would be great. That will be great, and it's going to set an example for any other African nation that is thinking on that route to treat their brothers and sisters that way. That is going to be a very fine thing to do. Let's call up all of our ambassadors and bring our people home and let South Africa be. You know, one thing I have to say, my thinking, I don't know if I'm right. No country survives without foreigners.
No way. I agree with you.
No country on earth survives without foreigners. And especially when these foreigners are providing jobs opportunity for your citizens. They are not. I saw a Nigerian man today on an interview. There's a man who has a car dealership in South Africa. Him and his partner are the only Nigerians. All of his employees are South Africans.
South Africans? Yeah.
Yeah. So how can you treat a person like that who is providing? You know how many family he has? Food home on a daily basis to their family, and you say he should go. And this guy was, how many cars can he drive? He could not even clear the entire place. And the lady asked him, what are you going to do? He said, it's getting dark. I don't know. I just leave it with God. So I don't know if he's killed by now or he was able to seek refuge. It's bad. So I think what you said is good. That's good.
You know, it's hard.
Out to all of our African leaders to withdraw our ambassadors, let them come home. I agree with you on
Thank
that.
you. Feel free to, all of you that are watching the video, feel free to share and invite somebody to watch as well. You can throw it on Internet Network as well, whichever group you're in. Thank you very much. If you do deem it necessary to call it down, you can call as well. Thank you very much, Amelia. I think she spoke very, she spoke sound, you know, soundly as well. And I just want to add this because I was just a moment ago in a group chat talking about the same old thing. But what I cannot, what I can't understand up to now, and we were, in fact, majority of us in the chat room there were blaming President Muhammadu Buhari. That up to now, this president, this weak President Buhari, hasn't come out to say anything good. Okay, he hasn't. That's why we're talking about Nigerians are so angry, and I was so angry there, and I was telling them, I said, you know why? I think it's time for Buhari to go, because this man, the Fulanis in Nigeria are beheading people, they're killing people from their villages and things and taking over and things. He is in fact more of protecting the sheep than these people, because up to now for this president, not for him to come out. Let's forget about. Let me forget about. I mean, the African Union, because for them, I mean, I don't even know, man, what to say. The African Union, but for Nigeria, supposed to take the lead. I don't know. because the last I don't know if Nigeria stay heading across, but Nigeria is supposed to take the lead. Call on the other leaders and say, look, you know why? The thing that happening to my citizens there, the thing that happening to Africans that are in South Africa, we need to do something about it collectively. We need to do it. Up to now, President Muhammadu Buhari is yet to come publicly to say something, to attack, in words, to tell President Cyril Ramaphosa words, to put words in man, South Africa, man, come on, man. No matter what it is, that's why I posted today on another chat room with South Africans. I say the president or the nation now, they have to spend money to go back their people civic education. In as much as people that I saw some of the videos, they were older men standing there and looking at somebody stoning somebody to death, and they were not doing anything. They need to go back so they can teach them their civic education. Only if they know what the price that Africa paid for them, the price that our fathers paid for them, that our mothers paid for them. Only if they know. Let me welcome you.
Only if they know. Let me welcome you. Hey, what's going on, big brother?
Welcome, buddy.
Welcome, buddy.
Welcome. Except if you lower your
Except if
receiver
you
a
lower
little
your
bit, we can be hearing you. Okay.
Okay, so
Welcome.
it's better now.
Yeah, man, we have this situation in South Africa. What is your take, man? And what are your pieces of advice you have for anybody, all of us, our leaders and everybody? What can we do with this situation? It's not the first time, but this is one. Is I mean, I don't know how to put it. But what are your thoughts?
It it's sad and it's very very sad for what's going on in Africa right now. And I listened to the preacher. There was a preacher for Ghana. I forgot his name. A pastor. He said in one of his prophecy, there's a wave coming to West Africa, and that wave, it would be a political wave among the young people, and perhaps it's going to cost a lot of life. I'm trying to believe that prophecy because the ECOWAS in West Africa is one of the most effective peacekeeping group next to United Nations on ground, and it's so sad to say, but the ECOWAS don't have no solid foundation no more. You see people like Oversandro, in as much as they had their own corrupt attitude, they knew about uh, peacekeeping activities and how to keep the region very low transparent when it comes to how you enforce things. But if you notice, since Oversandro left, another president, John Kufuor, and one of the guys too that was very empowering to the ECOWAS was Kofi Annan through his intervention with the United Nations. But all these guys, since they fought off the ECOWAS, it's scary now. Do you know how many cases at ECOWAS are pending now? Regional cases, some of them between nations, some of them between individuals.
Yeah.
And the ECOWAS had not been effective lately. So these are scary times. And Mohamed Buhari, I think, as much as I'm not Nigerian, he being the biggest nation in the ECOWAS or the West African nation, whatever, he had the strongest power. But if you look at Buhari, he can't even handle his own situation in Nigeria, and he's not using the ECOWAS as a committed body to address the issue, but he's trying to use his own government. So what somebody else will say, well, how do we do this? So that's why going scanning down to South Africa. And you believe me or not, most of the people that have been marginalized in South Africa are West African. Congo, Nigeria, Ghana, all the places. So it's because of us as a region not being recognized and now having a strong or ECOWAS amended. That's why our people are not respected in the other part of the region. So it's a responsibility of ECOWAS to restructure how best they can see about some of these things to be effective as they were in the 1990 or as they was in in the 80s. Because right now where we are, as a region, if something happens, we really at the very bad stand. Because if you look at the West African state right now, they kind of looking like they're not really supporting each other. And when it comes to promoting one policy, everybody kind of trying to, you know, be the man in their constituents or in the country, and that is very very bad for the stability of the region and our people respect in other part of the continent. You know, so it is a very good topic. One of my recommendations is that
Yeah, okay, that what I was coming to now. What do you think? What can we do? What's your African leaders
one of
think?
my one of my recommendation is that we first of all that discussing the topic, we have to be informed enough that we have to govern ourselves and we have to be our own security in terms of who we are so far. And then another recommendation is that the countries in the very West African states need to promote their own sovereignty, and then they can be able to have a verse instead of everybody just depending on ECOWAS, and we look at ECOWAS to always be head by the biggest nation in West Africa. I don't think that's the solution. We should be looking for brain. We should be looking for honest people. We should be looking for professional people in this region to head that body instead of the most powerful nations or whoever have the most stronger manpower, the volume of manpower. So those are things that I think we should do. The countries within these West African states should be able to strengthen their own or bilateral or whatever or diplomatic ties and make sure the citizens are respected, and also the citizens too that in those areas that want to accept the area, they have to understand that they have to if they
Okay. All right. All right, Japa, thank you. I mean, let's hold you there. Thank you very much. And thanks for your input as well. All right, let's go to line number 2. Caller, hello. All right, we just lost the caller there. All right, let's go.
Hello? Yeah, hello?
Yeah, okay, yeah. Caller, your name and where are you calling from?
This is Ben. How are you? Getting back from Minnesota. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good, thanks, and thanks for asking as well. I'm very well, thank you. Welcome to the show. We're trying to raise the profile of our brothers and sisters in South Africa. What are your thoughts on what is going on and recommendations as well?
Yeah, I think that is horrible for Africa. I mean, that is very bad, and this is not the first time those things have happened. I think now it's about the EU and everyone very strong on South Africa to now those things and take some strong measures. And if they refuse to cooperate, they can censor them because this is horrible. I mean, even though history tells us that they have been terrorized for a long period of time, always have that tendency of also imposing harm on other people. But that being said, I mean, South Africa should know by this time now that those kind of things are not welcome to the 20th century. I mean, it is horrible. I mean, You
Very, very.
can't set people on fire. You can't. I mean, you can't keep fighting your own black people. I mean, like that. That's horrible. I mean, not just even black people. Just can treat any human being like that. That is an inhuman treatment. It should be denounced by every African country. And for me, I think what it needs to do, the EU and ECOWAS should call them to board. And if they refuse to listen, they can sanction them.
All right, bro. Thank you, and thanks so much for your input as well. We appreciate you.
Thank you.
All right, let me go to I don't know what I'm thinking. Way all the way there in okay, another call coming, but I'm gonna go to I think Morocco probably. I think. John, how are you? Good afternoon. Welcome.
All right, Mr. Mesa,
All
how
right,
are
let
you
me just
doing?
hold you there. Let me tell the caller to wait. Caller, hello. Caller online too. How are you? Telephone call. Hello.
Hey, how are you, Mr. Mike?
All right, I just trying to recognize you. I have a brother all the way also from Morocco. Let me speak to him, and I'll come back to you. Okay, so just stay on the line, and you'll be hearing him as well. Yeah.
Already.
Right. Okay. John, welcome. What is your take, man? Your brothers and sisters you know, I don't know. I can say one brother is breading the other brother alive or so. That only thing I can say. And today, let me just share this with you just before I get your point. You know, some of my friends came to visit me and we're talking. I mean, these are British guys or so, but who really love diversity. And this guy, when we're watching the video, he said, "Wow, but Max, if your own brothers are doing that to you, why you go to other countries and come here and people telling you or they throwing things at you and what's else? How do you feel?" I said, "Well, I don't know. Yeah, let's hear from you, brother."
It's sad, Mr. Mesa. I went to that country in 2017. I'm not surprised of what is happening today. I went there in 2017 to participate in Africa Debate Championship. And I saw the terrain because I was like lodging in Johannesburg, Gauteng province. And from what I sensed, I was not even, we were seriously warned because I've read the history of South Africa, the years of apartheid, I've read the solidarity they received from other African
Yeah.
nations, and I've read about Freedom Fighter, the O.R. Tambo, Walter Sisulu, and Nelson Mandela, and all of these great guys. When I went to that country, I was eager to go around, just see the legacy
Mhm.
of these guys who fought and see some of the remnants of
Yeah.
apartheid. But I was seriously warned. I was warned that you shouldn't go around. It's not advisable for you to move around. I was like, wow, I'm in Africa. I'm in one of the countries that we see as a part of Africa. I am one. I was told that any attempt you make is easy for you to be harassed than a white person to be harassed in South Africa. I was in that country 2017. I'm not surprised with the situation. But what I want to say here is that people are saying let and these people come on and condemn this. This issue is not an issue that you come in and speeches and make speeches to condemn this issue. Why? Because even the political leadership of that country incited this violence. They incited the violence. Why? I, as I watched the situation, I tried to do a critical review of some of the political rallies of the ANC. If you listen to the president speaking, he told the people that gone are those days where people will come from other countries, come to South Africa, take business and do other things. His interpretation might not be that South Africans should see other Black Africans brother as enemy, but political speeches are very, 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 they have serious attachment to it. It's easily misinterpreted, and people can easily act upon political speeches even when the speaker is not intending to say such thing. And you saw the situation in our own country, Liberia. The president said, gone are those days. And now you have the South Africans are implementing these things, and you see the president come out to intellectualize condemnation and say, oh, we just want to say the police should arrest people. It shouldn't be done that way. If ECOWAS was not just molding or talking John Studio or Tutle Bulldog, ECOWAS should place a sanction on South Africa or should suspend South Africa, and the Pan-African Parliament must do something about it now ECOWAS leaders must make statement. This is very sad to see our brothers being brutalized in another country, and we sit and say the Europeans, like you say in your situation, we sit and say the Europeans suppress us, colonization and apartheid in South Africa, white people suppress black people. Today it's not apartheid, it's a black man is self-hate. It's a
Yeah.
black man harassing another black person. So we must take a serious action. We must take a serious stand against it. We must either condemn it in speeches. If you have any South African embassy in any African country, people must protest at their embassy, and their ambassador must be called to book. They should give account of the situation. You don't treat fellow African in another country in such a way. So it's very scary. And some of us who live in countries in Africa that are very developed, they don't perceive themselves as Africa. We go through some of these things on a daily basis. We go through some of these things. We live in Africa, but we are looked at as if we are living out of Africa, or we are not Africans. People look at us and say, and these people, they condemn us and think that we are some kind of infested with crime to come to their country, even when we have other ambition to come and study. So the situation is sad. I'm not surprised, but moving forward, AU must not just condemn the situation in speeches, coming out to make a speech. They should take action against South Africa. The political leadership of the country incited this violence. They must take responsibility. They must do everything to ensure that we have calm in South Africa, so our brothers there can do well. There are South Africans in other countries, even in these countries. In this country, I mean Morocco, we have South Africans who are studying here. The Moroccans will not start going after them. So there are other people in that country too who went there to seek that daily bread. In Africa, this boundary we have today was imposed on us. We did not have any boundaries. South Africans must know their history. They must understand that South Africa, where it is today, it was because of the contribution and solidarity of the African state. So I want to condemn the situation. I want to say thank you for the opportunity you gave me to speak on the platform to the issue. Thank you so much.
All right, Johnny. John, thank you so much. We're going to watch a short video. I just lost my sister there who earlier called. If you're still watching, please call by right after. I wanted to finish with John and then bring. We'll keep you long. But let me warn you first. Let me welcome some of my South Africans friends that are on the platform already that I can recognize. Tomorrow here in London, Nigerians are going to have their presence at their embassy, and from there they will go to the South African embassy, and hopefully we will bring that to you. But let me warn you first that I'm going to show you a video, and some of you might have seen it also, or have seen some of the videos. But I think we have to see, and God, I don't know. I really don't know Africa. Where are we going today? When these my British friends were, asking me a question like that and say, Max, if you guys are doing that to yourselves in your own continent, I mean, will you have any problem if somebody do it to you in the white man line also? And I was speechless. I didn't know what to even tell him. Why should we? I don't know why South Africa forgot so soon. I don't know. Okay, let me just play this video. And you can go. My lines are still open. Let me say sorry again to my sister there. Our sister who was on the line first, and she dropped off. Let me see if I can find this video, because I saved it earlier today. There's something wrong somewhere. Yeah, I think something wrong somewhere. I hope Facebook is not removing these materials. We need to have these materials. I hope Facebook is not removing those materials, because this is not right. It happened to us. We have to see those videos. and through those videos we share them around, and we make our recommendations, like how recommendations are made here on this platform right now. This is not right. This is not right. Yeah, my video, I saved it and I can't find it now. All right, let me just show you some of the pages. While we are still await the AU, or what can I you to do something about this particular thing that going on. Barbaric, man. I don't even know how to put it. Barbaric. Let me. I come in 1 minute. Let me put this music on and then try to find this material quickly. If you want, you can call in. In the meantime, if you want, you can call and have your say on this Africa situation. All right, that's Rebecca Malope there. We're trying to get CC as well. I don't know, but the video taking long to be connected. I don't know whether it was CC that was trying to call first. Okay, they said no answer to the caller. But if you were the one that was calling on line two, please you can call back. For South Africa, but let me go back quickly. I'm trying to get my videos because to share with you, but I think probably Facebook must have taken some actions and removed those materials because especially the one I wanted to show you, and we need to see it. Maybe that's the only way we can really it can get to our souls, and then we can do something about it. South Africa, let me those of you South Africans, I got some friends that are watching here. This is it. What you need to do, so those of you that are here, so much blessed that you're here. You need to go in your little corners where we have this platform, chat rooms, and you need to engage with your people back home. You need to tell them and ask them whether if the host of where we are, of where we are today decides that they decide that the only way they can get rid of us is by tuning us to death so that we can go back to their homes. The rank, going to our shops and breaking everything down. Ask them whether they will feel good back home. Ask them. You need to talk to your president as well. My brother John made a statement here. And I know President Cyril Ramaphosa, he is the cause of this. And when I was in that chat room that afternoon, the other chat room, I was telling them, I said, in Nigeria, in the chat room of Nigerians, I was telling them that the president should take blame of this nonsense that's going on in that country. Jacob Zuma, at the time before he left, similar thing was going on there. And we blasted, we talked, we chastised him and everything, and we gave recommendations as to what we can do about the situation. We thought it was over. We thought it's finished. We thought our brothers, our sisters will live there. This is, what the Arabs do, those in North Africa, you know how they will feel about us? Look at what is happening in Libya. When we saw those videos the last time, things still going on there nastily. When we saw those videos the last time, some of us were not sleeping. You're looking at your brother, your sister being sold to somebody, standing there, people doing sale of humans. You pay small thing and they tell you, say, take it, carry it. You carry him on me. It hurt me. And I know all of us, many of us. If those people are doing that to let's say black African, and they let me go on the dashboard. I just wish. We just lost the brother. Monica, I was trying to bring you on, but I don't know, for some reason. I really wanted to hear from you. What are your thoughts? Let me try you again, Monica. Oh, come on. Let me try you again if you can accept my call, and let's hear from you as well. What are your thoughts as well as far as what is going on? Okay, we can get her. Let's see whether we can sorry, we just lost our brother there as well. CC, well, CC too. We can get CC. I don't know. Perhaps the connection between us is not. We can get CC as well, and so I want to. What would South Africans say when their brothers and sisters are being treated badly in the north of Africa? When they are being sold. So apparently maybe they were very happy the last time, right? Or they are still happy about what happened in North Africa, right? That's exactly what they're doing. Man, I'm watching this video today. Some of these Nigerians, they've been there for years. They married there. They got children, and those children are between two nationalities. They're partly they are half Nigerian, they are half South African. And those guys are there, open their little shops. They're there, they even help in the communities. They're there, they even have, let's say, South African working for them. You go in places like hospital and thing. I mean, doing some really dirty work. They're not South African doing it. And those people from all different parts of Africa, that they're the one there going to sweep those hospitals. They are dirty hospitals. And a leader will go there and say, it's now time for us. I agree with John, the words that people, when they empower, they just feel that they can say anything. They're forgetting to know the society they're dealing with. They're forgetting to know the kind of people they are dealing with. Their own people, they are dead in the brains. A lot of those guys that are doing that are causing the problem today, perhaps they don't even know. They don't even know the history of South Africa. They don't know. They don't know the history of South Africa. Yes, I was not born in South Africa. I wasn't even around during the apartheid system. But the fact of the matter, so long now, I've learned about it. I watched video about it. I shed tears. I cry. Wow. Is this how you're treating our people in South Africa? Wow. Why was this happening? I kept asking myself questions and things. Why did this happen? And sometimes I must admit this publicly here, because some of my colleagues are here who are also British. It was only when I came to the United Kingdom I started watching those videos. But sometimes each time I watch them, each time I watch a movie like Mississippi Falling, is falling also, I get angry. And certain times I must admit, if I watch them overnight and I see it, the next day I go to work and whatsoever, it's like I don't even want to speak to them, to my colleagues. I put a blame on them. I was trying to really show the anger to say, well, the way your forefathers treated my people, my African people yesterday. I'm not happy. I'm really angry about you. I'm about it, and I'm angry with you as well. That's how I used to feel. So imagine me too. Imagine those of our fathers that were alive, that's so Africans. Leaving South Africa and coming all the way to West Africa. Imagine. To seek refuge. When those countries stood the test of time, they invested money in it. And they started fighting, for the end of the apartheid system. Today, that's how you will pay us. Ramaphosa, that's how your people will pay us. And you're sitting there, you're infusing it. I will go back on Twitter again tonight. I'm following President Buhari. It's a very big shame on your part, President Muhammadu Buhari. You're supposed to take this lead. Even 2 years ago when it was happening, the highlight was on Nigerians. They were killing them. How can you be stoning somebody to death? I mean, the person begging you. How can you, like what Amelia said here today? I didn't see that other video. But somebody is begging you, please, can you take a gun and just shoot me dead? You put in so much pain in the person. For what? For them coming in your country to live peacefully? For them coming in your country, they're not coming to beg? South Africa doesn't have a kind of a welfare system like some other countries. If you don't work, you don't get it. If you don't work, you don't pay your house rent. These people, I mean, when they leave from their homes and they go to, when we leave from wherever we're leaving from and we're going to another country, we're not carrying homes there. No. We have to go and rent. We have to go and hire cars. We have to engage into business. We have to engage into something that we can live on. Why should anybody have problem with a Nigerian or Nigerians living in Liberia? Why? Why should anybody have problem with Sierra Leone living in Ghana? Like the last time I was seeing similar thing going on in Ghana. They say they taking people out if you don't have documentation, you know, and whatsoever and thing. Come on, man. Yeah, well, then in West Africa, they're talking about one currency, one passport. And you coming to tell another West Africans that they are foreigner, they should leave your country? What is shame to Africa, man? Right? In Ghana, when I saw that, I said, no, you know, I mean, that was not one of this, I think even one of this man, that things are still going on like that. Just like you living your country and going in some kind of Western world that there's, you know, I mean, as far as poverty is concerned, yes, poverty is there, but you can't even compare with our poverty in Africa, because here, no matter how poor you are, here in the United Kingdom, I don't know about other countries, everybody here is entitled to live under a roof. Everybody here is entitled to food. No matter your background, no matter how poor you are, they don't allow you to go to bed hungry. No. Except they will provide the means. They will give you the money. They don't want you to sleep outside. They will try by all means and give you a place. They don't want you to fall out there and say, because you don't have health insurance, that you can't be taken to hospital here. No way. The moment you fall down, you see maybe 2-3 people on top of you, another 4-5 people on the phone. They're calling ambulance, they're calling police and everybody. It's not like that. Though even at that, still here, the people are not just telling us, you'll go back home. Because like what John was saying, or let's say Amelia was saying earlier, every nation will depend on each other nationalities to function. Let's leave our country right now in our hands and say only Liberians should run Liberia. In 6 months, the country will fall. Let's say Nigeria say, okay, yes. All other nationalities should leave. Even the South Africa we're talking about now. That Ramaphosa said, okay, today we're closing all our immigration down and do it like the way Idi Amin did those days. And see whether South Africa will even be like what it is right now. All right, my people, I mean, I know I'm talking, but if you have something to say, the line 2 is there, the phone number, you can call that, you can call via the video as well. Let's hear your talk, because this your thoughts on the issue, because this is about Africa and Africans, you know, let's talk about it. Some other people have been calling already, but I want you to call as well to participate, you know, and say something. Let the other people, let the word go, you know, let your words, let it go across. Let other people hear that we are concerned. Now we are not in support of what is going on in South Africa. If our presidents or the continent, African continent, is just so silent on something like this, it's a shame. It's a shame. Now up to this afternoon, I went on the website of the AU. I can't see any press release of that to that effect. I went to ECOWAS website. Nothing. What is the fear of us holding Cyril Ramaphosa responsible for what is going on in South Africa? What is the fear? Why you got to lose South Africa? Or the AU? By you suspending the let's say South Africa and putting sanction on them also, what you got to lose? He's a cause. And I want any South African to come and tell me say no, or to come and challenge what I'm saying. And I'll keep saying it. I'll finish again. I'll go to those to the chat rooms and we'll talk about it. Ramaphosa is a cause of what's happening in South Africa right now. He's tuning somebody to death. You know how painful is that? And the thing I couldn't understand, one of the videos I was watching, people were driving, passing by. In those vehicles, maybe, one vehicle will have 3, 4, 5 people inside. And this other video where I saw it, it was not, the people were not many, the people that was tuning this guy. So those 4, 5, 6 vehicles that actually were passing by there, if this guy would have stopped, if one person would have stopped and say, yo, stop tuning the man and take that man and put that man and carry that man to a hospital. Everybody was just driving, passing. They were looking through the windows. Driving, passing. Others were standing by, looking at it like a kind of a sport their friends were playing. People laughing at us. These people are animals. Let them kill themselves. You know what? Sometimes if I sit down for long, I see the way Africa is going. I say, I mean, there was no need for independence at all. Nothing. Because we respect these people. When they are in power, whatever they say that what will be done, we respect them. We respect those people. Since the continent, we took over the continent. So-called independence. Since we took over the continent, how far have we gone? Some of the small countries across the world, especially part of the developed countries. Some of them just gained their independence quite recently. There's no comparison with the whole of Africa. They can't do any comparison. I'm sorry how I just so concerned about how the nights will be for those of our brothers and our sisters, those children. All the people are referring to as foreigners. They won't go to school. Fear will be there. Police were standing by. Someone on a video, the police were standing by. And this man was being stoned to death. Black police. Black men in police uniform, South African police uniform. Shame on you, South Africa. Shame on you, President Ramaphosa. This video I finished. I will go and tag Ramaphosa on the video right on Twitter. I will do that. I'm going to take a short musical break and see whether I can do some adjustment quick and and then I come back and talk. But if you want to call once again, let me see. I don't know whether Amelia is still there. She was here earlier, or first caller. She's not there. Let's see. I wanted to bring her back and see. Let me see. Sorry, I need to get a power adjusters. Let me see.
Fire is awaiting, morning on my people. There was fire in Angola, a morning on my people. Riot in Mozambique, affecting all my people. Fighting in Namibia, crushing all my people. A shooting in Soweto, hey, a killing all my people. Rebel in Zimbabwe, victimizing all my people. I look at them upon my people are crying. I look at them shooting, my people are dying. I look at them robbing, my people are sighing. Tell me where you gonna go? Where the bus go? Tell me where you gonna hide? Where the bus go? I said where you gonna run? When the lock come down? I said what you gonna do? When you find out the truth? The color of God, neither black nor white. We did nothing that we for you. We need something, will leave us alone. We have reason, freedom is our goal. 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 Africa is our home. Freedom is our goal. Freedom is our goal. Freedom is our goal. Freedom leave us alone. Freedom is our goal. Freedom is our home. Freedom is our goal.
All right, let's see what we can get.
Fire in the
Emma George.
falling on my people. The riot in Mozambique, affecting all my people. Fighting in Namibia, crushing all my people. A shooting in Soweto,
Yeah, shooting in South Africa.
killing all my people. A rebel in Zimbabwe, I look at them a shooting, my people are dying. I look at them a burning, my people are crying. I look at them a robbing, my people are sighing. Tell me where you gonna go? When the bus come? Tell me where you gonna ride? When the lock come down? Oh, what you gonna do? When you find out the truth? The color of God, neither black nor white. And we did nothing that we owe you. And we need something.
All right. A computer trying to play up here, but I think we'll continue. I'm still trying to get trying to reach to some of those videos, but unfortunately, it seems to be uh, perhaps maybe uh, Facebook must have taken some actions, and maybe block some of the material, because they, to be honest, they quite brutal. And that's why I was, in fact, I didn't even locate the videos, and I started sending out warnings as well. In terms of cautioning you with respect to the, how the videos are looking. But okay. Okay, still trying to get hold of one of those videos actually to just share with you. We need to do it, because what's happening in South Africa is what happened in South Africa is something that we all have to be concerned with, and we all have to express our concerns as well. And so, okay, let me come back just before I close it. The situation in South Africa is grave. It is not right, but it is still going on. But at the same time, what we need to do as Africans, I think we all have to get involved in this and condemn it. Not only condemning it, like what my brother said, but we have to actually call on our authorities for them to take action. Actions are needed to actually maybe stop this from happening, and not only in South Africa but across the continent of Africa. That no other country in our continent should take this, should use this as a means of maybe boosting employment in their country. And personally, I want to join other people as well, and call on the African Union, call on the ECOWAS member countries, call on the United Nations as well. I'm not going to go on the South African, organization there, because they've been looking at this for a long time. They have not taken any action. They have not done anything. But I think those people that are caught up in that nonsense that are going on in South Africa, their right to live is also human rights. But I want President Muhammadu Buhari to take the lead. Spend the time on your telephone. Engage with President Cyril Ramaphosa. Tell him the truth. Demand him. Demand him. You want your people to be left alone. You want Africans that are being chased there and being killed, stoned to death. You want it to stop now. Recall your ambassadors, all of the African ambassadors. You call them back. You kick South Africa ambassadors out of your countries. Kick them out. Look, something like this that's happening in South Africa, there's nothing easy way we can resolve the problem. Break up the friendship right now. Tomorrow, after everything, we can build the friendship. I mean, happening between powerful nations. They will break up the friendship. Say no. Because of they were breaking the friendship, they will kick each other ambassadors out. You go. If you come back on the drawing table, they can come back and resolve stuff. But for this to be going on like this, to just grab people and put them in prison, and after 2-3 weeks you'll go and free them, it is not right. It is not right. It's not even going. The reason it's still happening is because 2 years ago when it took place, that is the same thing they did. Probably these are the same people that are out. Majority of them that they are the one that are out today. Because there was no court hearing to say, oh, you found guilty and you're going to prison for 20 years, 25 years or so for killing another human being, for destroying another life. These people were never ever put into prison for length of time. They were never taken to court. So at the end of the day, their thought is that the administration then, whether it was Jacob Zuma or this Cyril Ramaphosa also, was that they are behind them. They're in support of what they did. That's how I will understand it. That's how I will interpret it. But if those leaders, if Jacob Zuma was to take some kind of action, drastic action, that people will be watching, if it happen, like right now is it kind of happening in Durban, which is really bad. It hasn't spread all over the country yet. But if you take such an action, and those that are watching from the rest of the country, they won't do it. But even the police, what I couldn't get, one of the videos, the police were standing by, people driving, passing, and you seeing somebody being stoned to death. Your own African brother, your own African sister, you seeing, oh God, and you're just driving, you're passing. The rest of Africa, you break the relationship with South Africa right now. United Nations, you need to take control as well. It's not only when war, that's a war situation right there. I wish it was some kind of really proper ex-military man was in power in Nigeria. Don't have no borders? No. We're not sharing any border with you. You do it to my people, I will do it to you. I will not even say, South African in Nigeria should get out. But I will go to you there. The reason in international relations, the reason it is so important and also very vital, it is vital to break diplomatic ties, is because you want things to be done the right way, and somebody is stepping on the right of your country or your citizens. And when you see it that way, the first thing you have to tell them that you are not happy. Break the relationship, the diplomatic relationship, break it right away. Kick their ambassador out. Let them recall their ambassador as well. If there's an intervention now, it can be done. But the High Commissioner, the South African High Commissioner in Nigeria, this man was brave today to deny what was happening in South Africa. And I was on our platform, I saw that news there. I said, wow. Like, really? I only suggested to the group, I said, let the Nigerians show this man the videos. And I also said that I don't blame him, because Nigeria is still allowing him to be there. That's why he's saying those things. That's mockery, of this situation. This an ambassador, and he denying what is happening in South Africa. Complete nonsense. We do this to ourselves. If they doing, if they do, if other people that are of different color, where we are, some of us, are doing it to us, and you are back home in Africa, how will you feel? Just for you being in our country, somebody is stoning you to death. Just for you, for your nationality. See you, they just conclude, say you are from this country. Boom, 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 boom. And I think it's about time that perhaps we have to swallow it the hard way. My fellow citizens in Nigeria, there, leave. Pack your belongings. Ramaphosa, protect our people. Let them leave your country. Your country. Put a repatriation together. But it could be lying down at night and people will go put their houses on fire. If they do it broad daylight, what's about night? I want to say thank you this afternoon, this evening, or whatsoever time it is to you. Therefore, following the program, we're going to end here. Definitely, we're gonna end here because of another program coming up. I just thought that we should have this platform, we should have this the means today that we can share our thoughts as well. For those of you that also had the opportunity to call, I want to say thank you very, very much. For those of you who never had the time or couldn't get through, I want to say we do sincerely sorry. Once again, we just want to remind our Facebook all the songs that we played here for promotional purpose only. We have no copyrights to them. Until then, another time, I want to say God bless you. Bye bye.